Hey Bree, what's happening?
Hey Matt, how are you?
I am super fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic as well. I'm feeling a lot better. I know we missed our last Facebook Live. I was a little sick.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you sound good. You look like you're doing a lot better.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have makeup on, so that helps.
Yeah, I don't.
So, Matt, I have, of course, a million questions for you. So I'm hoping that you can answer these ones today, okay?
We'll try our best. What have you got?
Okay. So it's, about the market and about buying and selling. So I just have a few questions about like the opportunities maybe I've missed or other people have missed. So if people have been thinking about selling their house right now, and they didn't list it, do you think that they have missed out on a major opportunity?
Yes. So it's not too late. You always want to sell when the market's hot, and you want to sell when the market's high, and you want to buy when it's low. What we've seen in the Charleston market, and I've got a pad of paper. I'll just draw it. What we've seen is, well, if we had 2006, we had a height. And then in 2000, can we see pretty well?
You can kind of see it.
All right, kind of is good enough.
Kind of, yeah. Just hold it up once you're done.
In 2010, we had a low. And then in 2017, we had a high. And so if we were to graph this out, it looks like this. Well, where we are right now is on the downside of this graph. So is it a good time to sell? Yeah, we're really close to that peak. It would be a bad time to sell if we waited. We don't want to get back to this spot. So the best time to sell was actually last year, July. July of 2018 was the height of prices in Charleston. And we've seen prices start to come down since July of 2018, and they're a little bit lower this year than they were this time last year. And at this time of year, so we're just about in April, we're starting to see inventory rise. So if somebody is thinking of selling, the market ASAP, because more homes on the market in May, and even more homes on the market in June, and even more homes on the market in July of this year. So you always want to be on the market when there's less selection. It's supply and demand. And right now we're starting to see increased selection, increased supply. So if you're selling and you want to maximize the height of the market, get on the market ASAP.
So what you're telling me, it's becoming more of a buyer's market with all the inventory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not we just had this discussion. We're still in a seller's market. We are in Charleston, South Carolina. We're still in a seller's market. It is shifting, as you just said, it is shifting into more of a buyer's market. We're headed to a buyer's market. Well, you still want to sell when you can, when you have the upper hand. And right now, sellers still have the upper hand for a minute. Who knows? It could be this time next year, we'll say we are in a buyer's market. That's what it's kind of looking like.
Okay, so is that in comparison to the rest of the country? Is the rest of the country experiencing the same sort of shift in the market, or is this just in the Charleston area?
Yeah, great question. And it's a little bit of both. The whole country is seeing, some cities are squarely in a buyer's market. Some cities are way oversaturated in supply. Prices have come way down. Other cities are like us. They're just starting to see this trend. So Charleston's a little bit insulated. We've got so many accolades. So many people move here. So many people want to live here. Chamber of Commerce says that 45 people a day are coming to our town, which is great. It's great for us, but we're still experiencing this shift just like we did in 2007.
So since there are so many people coming there and it is a seller's market for you guys still, have the prices changed a lot with the inventory, or have you seen much of a change?
Yeah, starting to soften. The prices are starting to come down. 50% of the houses saw a price reduction last month. So 50% of the people who are thinking of selling, who had their house on the market, decided to reduce the price. That's a big number. And that's also an indicator that prices are probably going to come down as time goes on.
Okay, so what does that mean for buyers and mortgage rates? What do you see those kind of staying the same right now? Do you see those going up? What do you think is going to happen there?
Well, that's a great question too. Mortgage rates went up at the beginning of the year and they've come back down. They've actually come down to a really great level, very similar to where they were last summer. And it'd be a really good time to lock in a loan so that you can experience that mid-4 rate, even a low-4 rate, depending on what day of the week it is. And then if you're a buyer, look, there's sellers that have been reducing their price, that have been on the market for a while, that are experiencing some discomfort, especially coming through the winter and sell. It could be anytime you can buy something for less than value, you're making a good buy. So it's a good time to give some offers to some people and see where they go. I mean, there's a good chance that you could get a good deal, even though we're in the peak of a seller's market. There are still some sellers who are ready to move on.
Awesome. So here's my last question, Matt. Kind of my favorite question, because I feel like, millennials kind of have a bad reputation. Do you expect millennials to affect the supply and demand of homes in Charleston?
Why do you think millennials have a bad rep?
They just do. You hear about it all the time. I don't know. We're getting blamed for a lot of things. I'm a millennial. I hear it all.
I think that every younger generation has a bad reputation from the older generations. It's called change. And people inherently don't like change. Millennials are the most powerful group ever in existence in the United States. The largest group coming into power. So anyway, I could go on and on. I am such a big fan of millennials. It's a massive change. Millennials are pro-environment. They're pro-inclusion. Millennials are very socially conscious. I think millennials are going to be the wave of change for many, many decades to come for the good in our country.
I hope so.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I'm on that cusp. So I'm actually the last year of Gen X, and my wife Katie is the first year of millennial. So we're like a halfway in between. But how is it changing? It is millennials are actually renting for longer than generations prior, and a lot of it has to do with millennials aren't staying in jobs as long. So a lot of millennials are becoming first-time home buyers, but fewer percentage prior. This is causing, though, because there's so many millennials, it is causing the lower price range homes to sell faster. So because we're starting to see a lot of these first-time home buyers, a lot of these millennials get into their first home. And so those 300,000 and under homes have a lot of competition. Those prices are staying strong. It's the 500,000 plus homes that are experiencing the price downward trend that we're seeing. But that great question, and feel proud. Millennials are awesome.
Thank you. Some days it's harder than others to be a millennial. I will tell you that. Well, Matt, you answered all of my questions. So honestly, it sounds like right now would be a great opportunity to buy or sell, because the market is doing so awesome and the mortgage rates are so low. So honestly.
Yeah, that's the big thing if you're thinking of buying, is just taking advantage of rates. Mm-hmm. And look, homeownership has a lot of benefits too. Could you wait and find a deal? Yeah, maybe you wait and you find a little bit better deal, but could you find a deal right now and get into a place that you can make your own and start to really reap the benefits of being a homeowner? You definitely can. I think that if you're always waiting for the perfect time, you're probably going to be waiting your whole life.
My mom says that to me all the time about everything. Yeah. But I am a millennial and I own a home, so.
Hey, that's awesome.
I am one. I'm one of those. All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on today.
Thank you, Bree. Great to talk with you.
Yeah, great talking to you. And if I have any more questions, how do I get a hold of you?
Yeah, just reach out to us, 843-619-0401, or online at mattoneillrealestate.com.
Okay, awesome. Talk to you next time.